No one expected this. Nottingham Forest with a 7-0 win against Brighton just after losing 5-1 against Bournemouth last weekend. Nottingham Forest, they at some point, people will say they still are or title contenders. They were 10 points, 11, 9, 10 points behind Liverpool, so it will be kind of hard at the moment, and also they're being, having a game in hand. But Nottingham Forest has been such a good team, such an excellent team this year. They're the only team that has beaten Liverpool this season so far. And it's just Chris Wood has been a key factor. The whole team has been a key factor. This is Nottingham Forest is pretty much a team. Sure, you can say that about the other teams, but it's just a bunch of teams from a bunch of players from other teams that didn't really perform as well, and then they joined Nottingham. You can see here in the starting 11 with Neco Williams from Liverpool, who didn't really break through, and then there's Gibbs White from Wolves and Chris Wood, Alanga from United, Henderson from Newcastle. So it's just a bunch of, there's a bunch of, I don't want to say rejects, but just mixed around Premier League players from other teams, and they just go into this team and they just mesh well. They play with their heart out. So seeing Nottingham, especially beat a team like Brighton, which for me are heavily favored. I really like Brighton's team, and the signings they made this summer. It just shows, how just competitive, this league is. Premier League is such a competitive such a competitive time right now, and all these teams have such an amazing young, and just in general, just talented players, and there's such a close, anything could happen. We can see here in Brighton's team. I'm a huge fan of Brighton's team. Honestly, Welbeck scores, but I'm not a huge fan of Danny Welbeck, and. Matoma was heavily linked to Al Nassr recently for like 90 million or something like that. Joao Pedro, he's been pretty decent. And then you can see, I like Matthew O'Reilly from Celtic. I was huge on him. Evan Ferguson, who's rumored to be leaving. I do like Brighton's team and the signings they make, but it's just such competitive. So we'll see how Nottingham Forest does towards the end. Will they get Champions League? Will they get a Champions League spot? For me, it's hard to say. I say if Newcastle get into really good form, I think, and Nottingham somehow drops in form, I think that will be it. I don't think Chelsea also, but Chelsea has been Chelsea. They're at one point title contenders and saying, "Nah, we're not in a title race. We're just a team just trying to avoid getting relegated and stuff like that. We're just a team trying to bounce back up, and we're not in the title race." And now they're definitely not in the title race, So we'll see what happens with Chelsea as well, and these other teams fighting for this fourth place. It looks like no one wants it. For Manchester United losing, with Chelsea been tying and losing games recently, with Newcastle losing. So it seems like no one wants that fourth place spot. But we'll see if Nottingham Forest will make it to Champions League and how far Brighton goes towards the end of the season. But yeah, that was Nottingham 7 and Brighton 0.